Hey there, my fishing friends, your favorite angler here, ready to dive deep into the fishing forecast for a truly intriguing day, Friday, the 27th of September, 2025. Now, why is this day special? Because it's a classic New Zealand spring day, full of promise, but also with that famous Kiwi unpredictability. We're transitioning out of winter, the waters are stirring, and the fish are starting to think about their spring feed-up. Stick around because by the end of this you'll know exactly how to turn those fickle spring conditions into a successful day on the water, whether you're chasing a trophy trout or a chunky snapper. Let's talk tactics for some of our most exciting species. First up, for our freshwater fanatics, trout are going to be a prime target. As water temperatures begin their upward trend, trout activity increases, especially in the shallower sections of rivers and around lake edges. Look for them holding in riffles or near structure where new insect hatches might be starting. My advice? Start with small, dark nymph patterns if you're fly fishing, or work small, natural-colored spinnerbaits or soft plastics through deeper pools. Early morning and late afternoon will be your golden hours, as they'll be more actively feeding during these cooler, lower light periods. Now, for those hitting the salt in the North Island, snapper are really starting to come alive. With the sea temperature averaging around 15 degrees Celsius or 59 degrees Fahrenheit in places like Auckland, these beauties are venturing into shallower coastal reefs and workups. Focus your efforts on structures like mussel farms, rocky reefs, and even sandy areas adjacent to weed beds. Soft plastics, especially those mimicking small baitfish, worked slowly along the bottom, will be incredibly effective. Don't shy away from traditional bait fishing with pilchards or squid, especially during the turn of the tide. The key is patience and trying different depths. And for the big game enthusiasts, especially in the northern waters, kingfish hits are always a thrill. While the weather can be a bit fickle in September, when conditions allow, kingfish can be found around prominent structures, current lines, and deeper pinnacles. They'll be looking for bait fish. Live baits like kahawai or mackerel are your best bet. If you're into artificials, stick baits worked over subsurface structure or heavy jigs dropped to depth can entice a strike. Remember, spring kingfish can be aggressive, but also a bit more scattered, so covering ground is crucial. Finally, for my friends on the South Island, blue cod. Fishing can be very rewarding. With average daytime temperatures around 14 degrees Celsius or 57 degrees Fahrenheit and water temperatures around 10 to 13 degrees Celsius, these bottom dwellers are still in good numbers around rocky reefs and kelp beds. They love a fresh bait, so squid, pilchard, or even a piece of cod belly on a dropper rig will work wonders. Look for areas with a gentle current around reefs in depths of 10 to 30 meters. All right, let's break down the conditions. For September 27th, 2025, we're looking at classic New Zealand spring weather. Air temperatures will be mild but variable. Expect daytime highs in the North Island to range from 15 to 20 degrees Celsius, dropping to 5 to 10 degrees Celsius overnight. In the South Island, it's a bit cooler, with highs of 10 to 15 degrees Celsius and night lows potentially as low as 0 to 5 degrees Celsius in alpine regions. We'll likely have some wintry cool breezes, so layers are essential, and don't be surprised by a sudden shower. Atmospheric pressure might be a bit unstable, which can make fish finicky. Water temperatures are on a slow but steady rise, signaling spring. Average sea temperatures will be between 10 and 16 degrees Celsius across the country. Warmer in the north, cooler in the south. This warming trend is a big positive as it jumpstarts fish metabolism and feeding. Now, for the moon. On the 27th of September 2025, we have a waxing crescent moon, about 26 to 33% illuminated, roughly 5 to 6 days old. This phase is often considered fair for fishing as the moon is growing, building towards the first quarter. More importantly, this period coincides with a Peki neap tide, C, meaning less dramatic tidal movement. Less tidal flow can sometimes mean fish are more spread out and less concentrated in feeding lanes, requiring you to actively seek them out. However, it can also mean they are more comfortable in certain areas for longer, making them accessible to focused efforts. Considering all these factors, the rising temperatures, the variable spring weather, and the waxing crescent moon with neap tides, I'd rate the overall fishing for Friday, the 27th of September 2025, as good to variable, with windows of excellent activity. The fish are transitioning, so adapt your approach. Be ready for sudden weather changes, explore different depths, and don't be afraid to switch up your lures or baits. So, get out there, enjoy the beauty of New Zealand in spring, and I wish you all bent rods and screaming reels. Tight lines, everyone. If you found this forecast helpful, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more fishing wisdom, and let me know in the comments below. What are your go-to spring fishing spots in New Zealand, and what's your favourite lure or bait for this time of year? I love hearing from you all.